I'm KT with MCS, and today I have a video for you guys on the magazine well for the 468. Let's check it out. I have this magazine well right here. This lets you use your T15 magazine that you already have. I'm going to show real quick how to install it and how it's function. First, to show you right here. So when we made this version of the magazine well, we have to design a new version of the trap system to make sure the rounds get feed through the trap. I'm going to put a magazine real quick to show. Once you insert it, you can see that you can access to the magazine, and if you put in a projectile in and you push it in, you can rotate tip down. It feeds up properly, feeds up this direction, it doesn't get stuck. I'm going to show really quick on the previous version. If you have this old trap version and you have one of these magazine well, it won't go in. So really quick right here, you put in your magazine well, put in the trap system right there, put magazine in, and I'm gonna put a projectile right here. You can see that it doesn't really go in well. See how it gets stuck right there? That's the reason why it took a little bit longer for us to get the right design to make sure that the round fits through. So in a case like this, on the tip down, it's fine. But once you have the tail kind of rotate a little bit, it gets stuck just like that. That's the reason why we have to redesign it and making sure that you have a matching version trap system so it fits well with your 468. For installation, I'm going to show really quick. If you have the older version 468 and lower, you can change it out really quick. I'm going to show really quick right here. It's not a perfectly match with the 468 older generation. You're going to have to play with it a little bit to get it right. If you have the new 2024 model and newer, the magazine well go in very easily, like I showed you earlier. On this version right here, real quick, change it out, put the new mag well in. You can see really quick that the pin, see how it kind of doesn't go in right away. So in this case, of course, you're going to have to tap it a little bit. You're going to put in the trap system first. Align the hole right there. And then you can see that doesn't go through. You have to use mallet. You can look at the hole right here, see how it's kind of not perfectly fit right there. It's kind of want to go through, but doesn't want to go through. And just use a mallet to tap it in. That's pretty much it. And then assemble your upper, and you're good to go on this model. All right, on this PTR version, I'm going to show really quick. There is, you can see right there that the valve cover is not perfectly aligned. It's not center. That means if you put your new magazine well in and try to put the pin through, and you can see that it doesn't go through because it's off. There is a misalignment there, and there's two things you can do. Number one, obviously, you can enlarge this hole, allow the pin to go through. Number two, you can replace this front cover. So you get another one, just order a new front valve cover. And I'm going to put in really quick to show you. Put a new valve cover in, you put a pin through. And now, if you put your magazine well in, you can see that it's lying right there. And it goes right through very easily. You don't have to fight with it. So that's one of the things you can do. Like say if you don't want to kind of enlarge the magazine well hole to let the pin through, you can just change out the valve cover. The new one are nice and straight and aligned with the body, and the pin it's go through. That way your magazine well can also go through if you don't want to change that. All right, next one can show real quick. This is on a 468 with the magazine well already installed. Gonna do a shooting test really quick and see how it works. But one thing to note, the magazine insertion is really firm. So if you put in just like that, will not latch in. You have to go in nice and firm. That's the reason. The reason for that is we want to keep this door right here. This door right here has to be fully open and stay open. Otherwise, what happens is if the projectile get dislodged right here, see that? I'm having my finger on the door and fully open, and the projectile kind of tilt a little bit, it gets stuck right there. So we wouldn't want to have this door move at all. We want to make sure it stay firm and open. That's the reason why we want to make sure the magazine insertion is nice and tight to keep the door open. So you have to go in and firm. So in this magazine right here, this first one, I'm going to shoot with round balls. So go in, nice and firm. Make sure latch on, rack it back. Gonna shoot that little target there. Right there. Magazine is empty. We're gonna switch it out to a first strike magazine. This is low with first strike. Go in, nice and firm. Rack it back. Right there. That's how your magazine well works on the 468 with the conversion kit to shoot the T15 magazine. All right, guys, any question, comment, concern, visit the website, mcsus.com, and can support you. Thanks for watching.
Modern combat sports.